Answer the phone.
Hello?
Aye. Man
My
like
guy.
Cali.
My
Man
guy.
like. Welcome to Flightline. Please do not say anything incriminating as you will be fighting the cases alone.
Okay.
What you saying, my bro? You're right.
Yeah, bruv, I'm blessed, bruv. I can't complain. How about yourself?
You know what? I'm blessed, stressed, but I'm breathing. That's all that matters.
That's the main thing, my bro.
Honestly, man. But what? How was your birthday, though? Is your birthday just gone?
Yeah. Friday just gone. It was chilled, you know. It was as good as it could have been, given the circumstances. So yeah, just chilled out, bro. Didn't do much. It was a bank holiday as well, so obviously I didn't have to do no work either. So just chilled out, bro. Just chilled with the fam. Went for a run in the evening. Ate some food, and that was it.
Oh, you know I got rollerblades now, innit?
Stop it, bruv. I've been looking for some for time. Stop. I swear.
I swear down, yeah. They're like the hardest things to find anywhere, bro.
Bro, it's not easy, fam. Imagine my struggle, fam, being size 14.
14?
Yeah.
I ain't even being cheeky. Do they sell size? Do they?
Say it with your chest. Go on.
Wait, stop, fam. Wait, man. I'm trying to breathe, fam. Do they sell size 14 rollerblades?
Bruv, I've managed to actually find a place, you know, believe it or not, where they actually do have size 14 rollerblades, fam.
Fam, that's incredible.
Bruv, can you imagine the amount of friction I'm going to get on the ground, fam?
Friction? Oh, what, because of weight?
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. That's what's going to be incredible, fam.
I think the only thing that'd mainly be like any sort of hindrance would be the wheels. But if you get you just have to get harder wheels, but they would wear out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I picked some up today off my brother, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna hit the road at night, yeah, because I'm not doing it in daytime.
100%. So if you drop and bust your ass, it's just you and God, fam.
Yeah, to be honest to you, bro. So if you see me outside, and I'm just like, yeah, Kylie, I'm outside. That's why.
Okay.
But your road's dangerous, though. Thinking about it, though. Potholes.
Oh, 100%. Bruv, 100%. 100%.
I remember I drove down there one time, yeah, and then literally, I swear, my car was just. I think my car was at 90 degrees. I actually remember crying to you about it. No, this is bad, bro.
Fam, the road, they don't care about it. There's literally one part where it's the smoothest bit that when I get the blades, that's me. Just up and down there. But until then, and then roller parks open and I actually know how to skate, it's not happening, bro.
That's actually jokes, man. But yeah, bro, how's quarantine treating you?
Fam, for me, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm a homebody, so me being at home, I'm working at home, so that's calm as well because I'm in my room. Bro, there's no complaints my side, you know. Everything's blessed.
I love that, man.
This is it. Like, yeah, I'm quite happy being at home anyway. So the option to be here, I can game when I want. I can go for runs at lunch, come back, chill out, eat, save money, which is the main thing.
You know what? No, because I'm sorry to cut you off. Speaking of runs, yeah, what do you think on this whole, like, okay, initially it was 2 hours exercise a day, and now it's unlimited hours of exercise. So what do you think on that? Because that, to me, sounds wild.
I don't even think it's gonna make a lick of difference to anybody, fam. To be honest with you, because I feel like if you was already outside doing stuff, you was prepared to be outside for a limited amount of time anyway.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah, the fact that he's now saying, "Oh, you can just do what you want," it's like, okay, cool. I was intending to anyway. Like, as long as you adhere to like 2 meters apart, then cool. But when you see people in the park doing barbecue, you know that ain't happening.
You know what? Listen, yeah, the thing that makes it worse, yeah, is the fact that these people were not barbecuing in the park beforehand.
Fam, it was never a thing, bro. Who was out in
Oh my days. There were so many times, yeah, where I'd look at the park and be like, you know, it'd be sick if someone threw a barbecue here.
Mm-hmm.
No one was doing it.
Never did.
And then now, man's got Lil Rona and Roni and that outside, and people are like, nah, I'm going to hold a barbecue outside.
Nah, I'm going to do it on a daily basis, fam.
Daily?
Do you know how long that is? Bro, it doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
But this is what happens when you tell people they can't do something.
That's true.
Like, you tell people they can't do it, it's like, rah, I feel I've always wanted to do it, and now's the time. To hell with death. Okay, cool. I'll see you on the flip side, bro. I'm not involved.
Fam, you're actually funny, fam.
I'm not involved, bro. I'm not involved. Stay away from me, fam. I'm in my yard.
Nah, man. All funny stuff aside, though, bro. Nah, bro. That's actually funny. But nah, okay. What sort of things, would you suggest to the next person, like, who's at home, is quarantined, lockdown, so on and so forth, and they just don't know what to do? They're not used to it.
Yeah. My advice would be, do something new, man. Every time we're always thinking here, we're always sitting here saying, you know what? It'd be nice to get paid and not have to go into work. Well, Ross, here's the time, bro.
That's true.
Like, people are getting paid, even if it's your 80%, you're getting paid, you don't have to do your work. How about you go and learn that language that you said you wanted to learn? Go pick up a sport, go running. You wanted to be fit? Do yoga? Go do it, bro.
See.
That's it. Do you understand? That's it. I was like, see? Oh, okay, I got you.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, see. I was like, yeah, go on. I was like, go on and see. Yeah, go on and see.
That took you time. That took you time, bro. Tranquilo. All right, listen. Do you know what that means?
Tranquilo. Yo, bruv, your jokes today. Your pure jokes today.
Oh my days. Bro, I'm actually hot.
You're thinking of every song you've ever heard Spanish in it.
Bro, listen, it's Money Heist, man.
Bro, Money Heist is powerful, bro.
It's not, man. It used to be.
I've only started I'm at the first season. So, I don't know if it gets worse along the line. But, yeah first season...
Wait. Sorry, I was daydreaming for just a second, yeah? You're on the first season?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, oh my word.
What?
I'm not going to say too much, yeah, but I beg you hurry up, fam. It's quarantine, bro. Hurry up, man.
Do you know what it is? I've just been watching other stuff.
What you been watching?
I caught up with Elite.
Elite is serious.
Bro, Elite is so powerful, bro. Bro, on a level, Elite is hard, fam.
No, personally, that's one of the best I've watched.
Yeah.
Have you watched Toy Boy?
I haven't watched Toy Boy, you know.
It's not fruity, fam. Watch it.
I don't know, brother. Every time I see that top, you know how they switch rotations of the display picture? There's always a guy with no top on. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, there are bare naked man though, but it's good. It's calm. Like it's a good program because it's like it's more about crime and like busting a case rather than how they portray it, which is, you know, there's a lot of sexy man dancing around, and it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that at all.
All right.
Yeah, watch that. What else are you watching?
What have I watched recently? I've been watching that The Last Dance thing, the Michael Jordan thing.
I need to watch that. I've heard really good things about it.
Bro, it's hard. It is hard. It's one of those ones because, like, for me, I've never been a super basketball person in it. Like, I respect the craft and all that, but it's not. I don't really sit down and watch sports anyway outside of boxing. So, like, obviously, I know about Michael Jordan. I know that man's the GOAT, but I don't know the story in it. And this is done so well that it's hard. Like, it's one of the best documentaries I've ever watched outside of the Travis Scott one, because that one was lit. But
there's a Travis Scott documentary. I haven't even seen that. I'm so out of the loop.
Well, I think it's on Netflix as well.
Is it?
Yeah, something like Look Mama I Can Fly or something like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. I'm 100% going to check that out.
Yeah.
So
that's
tell
me, man.
So tell me, man. In regards to life must look a little different now obviously where things have just changed drastically, pretty
Yeah,
much, I wouldn't say overnight, but the way everything's kind of come into play, it feels that way.
100%.
How are you feeling about everything in comparison to how you was before?
In terms of now, honestly, everything is really just. I'm not sure if it's because my world hasn't really been affected by it, if that makes sense. Because the only real difference is I'm working from home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't see my girl. So those are the two factors that are like the biggest things for me. But in terms of like my general world, it's really just that those have been the two main things that have changed for me. It's the fact that I can't see my girl, I'm working from home, and I'm not going to the gym. Outside of that, everything is really just normal. Like,
a lot of people tend to go to the gym, obviously for self-development, but particularly as a way of kind of like venting. Would you say you're one of those people?
Definitely.
So now that that's taken away,
I've just replaced that with the goal of running. Running has always been my weakness from the jump. And it's something to do. I also like, so I run every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then in between I try to do like a little stretching, skipping, just something to keep active, man, because just that's a good time for me to just kind of turn off the brain and just kind of go into autopilot a little bit and, you know, just work on me. Without the need, like when I'm in the gym, it's kind of fortunate in a way that my gym is essentially underground, so I don't get signal.
Okay.
So there's nothing, like there's no point in going on Insta because I'm not going to see anything. I can't get messages to stop me from my set. So yeah, it's like a proper isolation thing, and
was
that's
that deliberate?
changed. What, that I found the gym that's underground?
No, as in they choose them not having signal. Is that a deliberate thing, or?
I honestly think it's just because I'm on EE. Because I have a friend who goes there and she's got signal.
But now that you said that, though, that actually sounds like the best idea.
Bro, it makes sense. What do you need your phone for? Even if you're going there to vlog, what do you need signal for?
No, that is impressive. We we literally have just come up with something crazy without coming up with something crazy by accident.
We stumbled across a bad thing.
A reception-free gym.
Yeah. Why do you need it? There's always going to be someone who's going to be like, oh, I need it just in case I get that emergency call, which they've never had in 30-odd years. But I'll take those waste people away, and it makes sense.
No, that's actually mad, though. We'll come back to that off the call, because I'm not trying to share too tough. That's something that needs to be looked
someone
into.
tried put it in development.
Someone is scribbling notes now.
Bro, up there. They put it in the group chat.
Someone is scribbling.
Who knows how to make an app?
So, essentially, going back to what you said, so what you've done is, rather than necessarily lose sight of your goal, you've just kind of adapted it and switched it into something that you can still attain.
Absolutely. Just because the surroundings change doesn't mean that the goal does. It means that you adapt to it.
Just because the surrounding has changed doesn't mean the goal... Listen, bro. I can't front. That's actually a mad line, bro. Seriously.
Gems, bro.
That's a diamond.
Bro, this is it. And sometimes it's right in front of us. We see it and we experience it and we're going through it. All of us are. All of us have had our surroundings changed, unless you were someone who worked from home already. But all of us have had our surroundings changed. That doesn't change the goal. You just work a different way. That's it, man.
So if you was to, would you say that's like the advice you have for people right now?
Yeah, man. Just if you had a goal that you was trying to achieve, find a way to do it. There's like everything was very convenient for me in terms of like how easy it was for me to get to work, to get to the gym, to get home. That's very convenient. Obviously, this in essence is an inconvenience because I do a lot of weights. Okay, cool. But I like fitness. Fitness is the overall goal. Cool. Change Get there a different way. If you're going to work and the train ain't running, you ain't gonna just not go to work, are you? You're gonna have to find another way.
That's it. Real talk, man.
That's it.
It's funny how something so simple can go overlooked and is actually overlooked by the masses.
This is it.
We're so set in a particular way that now that everything has changed and not all of the, you could say, luxuries that we had aren't there, a lot of people have just kind of hit the deck and they're just like, you know what, bro, I just don't know.
Yeah, this is it. Some people they've thrown in the towel. They said they'll pick it up. They've cancelled the whole of 2020, and it's like,
that's a wild move, though.
What, cancelling 2020?
Yeah, that's wild.
It sounds like a good meme in like when you see it on Insta, but to cancel your whole year when you literally have the most time you're probably ever gonna you're never gonna have this much time again, never to do anything you want. When you were in school, I remember in year 11, my head teacher was like, look, you'll never enjoy this holiday. You're never going to get another holiday this long in your life.
That did feel like forever as well.
Bro, that 10-week holiday, that was everlasting, bro. And now look. And now, not only have I got the time, but I've got the money, and I haven't got to spend the money.
That's true.
Anything I don't do is my fault, bro.
It's true. I guess obviously not everyone is necessarily that fortunate, but I think the best thing they could do within this scenario is just to kind of work within their means, really. Because
100%.
again, if outgoings are lower and have been lowered somehow, then they're still in a somewhat advantageous position and just basically reaping a positive from this negative. Yes,
100%. Like, there's definitely factors, like, obviously, there's going to be so many variables that someone's going to have, not going to be able to work as much because they have childcare to look after now and there's going to be so many variables. But there is also a lot of other things that people can do. Even if I'm just speaking for myself, there's time. I have time now. If I look at the commute to work, that's 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. That's an extra hour and a half I have. If that was the only thing that I had as a benefit. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
So there's always something to use, It's easier to say, okay, well, boom, I'll just lay in bed for the extra 45 minutes. But if you're bored and your excuse is to lay in bed, then, I'm by no means am I shunning anyone who wants to sleep longer. It's just, I'm mainly talking about if you're sitting at home thinking, Ross, I want to do something, and I don't know what to do, so therefore I'm not going to do anything, that don't make sense.
Yeah, I hear that fully, man. It sounds like, judging by obviously all you said, like you're in quite a good mental space right now.
Yeah. I'm enjoying, like, it's bad to say I'm enjoying this when there's a global pandemic, but this works for me. Like, how this situation hasn't brought a disadvantage for me. And I'm fortunate in saying that. I probably wouldn't even be saying this if I wasn't working, but the fact that I'm working, so I've got something to do in my days, I've got time to do other stuff. If I want to do it, I can go for runs, so I'm still active. I'm saving money by not transporting. There's very, very small drawbacks to this for me. So I can't complain. I literally can't.
I'm actually glad to hear that it's actually working really well for you.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Like, I would say, for me, it's worked well in the sense that, one, I don't have to attend any plans, so I can just put all that time into working on just my stuff, HeadlessFlywear, burning time, and I can focus on that resting and eating, all the sort of stuff that, like, I like to do in my spare time. I just have so much more spare time to do that now. So, I definitely can see for myself anyway.
Yeah.
The positives I'm taking from it, 100%.
But in terms of the negatives, how does that hit you?
I do feel a little caged. I think caged in the sense that, like, not that I was always really doing much like in the sense of plans and whatnot, but it's the small things. It's like, let's say going out to the gym. Like when I used to, my gym's down the road, so when I used to come out my house, walk down the road to the gym, that was a nice time for me to kind of tune out, take in my environment. Like no phone, no nothing. Like I never really focused on any of that. I just used to just focus on the road ahead of me, going to the gym, do my thing in the gym for, let's say, hour and a half, 2 hours, depends on my mood. I come home, nice slow walk home. And like, for example, going into the supermarket, obviously you know me, I'm a mad foodie, innit? So like me just going to the supermarket and just buying some stuff to go home and cook like today or prep for the week or all of that, like it feels so much more different now because I can't just go into the supermarket and roam around and essentially like almost just burn time. Like not that I was trying to waste it, but I just enjoyed doing those sort of things. I'd say that's the only negative.
Okay.
Like I miss those small things. Just being able to just roam. Like obviously they're saying now, you've got unlimited exercise, so on and so forth, but it's not really the same when you know there's an invisible killer outside. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. So, yeah, no, that's the only negative I take from this, for sure.
Okay.
And the fact that, obviously, lots of lives are being lost, and that is super unfortunate.
100%, though.
But for me,
I do feel like the media is not portraying, like, the bigger scope of those who haven't died, though. Like,
I think so.
Because when, like, it's only, what was it? One of my boys turned around and told me the other day that his sister got coronavirus. Like, she got it. I was like, what? And apparently she's fine. As in, like, she's not well, but she's at home. None of them have it in the family, even though they all live together. I'm just like, it's mad because when you look on the news and all you're seeing is death numbers. But that's not the case. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it feels like fear-mongering to some degree.
Wait, so what you're saying is that they're just showing the negative side rather than the positive side being people that have actually gotten well from it and stuff like that?
Exactly, because if you look at it, all we've ever been told is the death toll. If you go on the statistics, you see how many people have had it in the UK and the world. You see how many people have died from it. But in the UK, they don't show a single number for how many people have recovered.
That's true.
And it's like, that. I'm not sure if they're doing that as a sense of, if there's like 20,000 who's got it and then 18,000 have recovered, then I'm not sure if they think that's going to kind of like water down these regulations in people's minds.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense, though. I guess
that would make sense.
I guess if you've told everyone, look, like it's mad outside, that don't go outside, and then, you know, you're saying to people, you know what, a lot of people are dying, but at the same time, a lot of people are recovering. So, yeah, people might think, you know what, people are recovering. I might be one of them if it comes to me. So, let me chance it. Yeah, I get that. I personally, I do agree with doing that. I do agree with doing that.
Okay.
I agree with showing people the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, from how, like, I conduct myself, I work on worst case. So any case other than worst case is a good case to a degree, depending on, like, its severity.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like if I'm protecting you, it might be seen as slightly off, maybe slightly deceitful to a degree, depending on how drastic you want to be. But
yeah,
I would bend the truth to protect you in something like this. So if it's like if you say, it's like how parents used to say to us, "Hey, look, don't go over there because you know the dog might eat you or something." The dogs don't eat humans, blood. Like, we know that, innit? But
absolutely,
parents would say stuff like that to protect us, innit? So with that being said, now when you look back at it as a grown man, it's kind of like, okay, cool. they only said that to protect us anyway. So
that makes sense.
To a degree, it was fear-mongering, because it kind of was.
Yeah.
But look at where it got us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The bigger goal was, that makes sense. So, I hear that.
So I reckon I do see like a good side to it. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I do see a good side to it.
But see, the thing is, when you think about that, is that as much as that makes sense, that makes me think, what's wrong with the people who don't adhere to these rules more than those who have to lie about the statistic, or not actually lie is a hard word, who have to kind of bend the statistics to get people to kind of fall in line.
Because humans don't like listening, bro. Like, the truth is, it takes so much sense of self to be able to listen to someone else and adhere to what they are saying, And genuinely, humans are defiant.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get all Christian about it, because obviously I'm Christian. I could go there, but I'm not doing that here.
It's not that time of day.
It's not that time of day. Maybe on a Sunday episode, I might do a little spin-off, but I'm not...
little holy headless.
Wait, you're spitting fire today. No, but seriously though, people are just naturally defiant, and I feel like you kind of have to like work. The only way you can work around that is if you don't hear your feel in it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say in every scenario that's the best way to go about it, but with something like this, I feel like it is, because again, people aren't listening. People aren't taking stuff serious. Then when they start losing people, or they start. Or they lose themselves, there's no second chance for no one. So, you know what I mean? I'd rather be safe than sorry, innit? Like, that is 100%. That's always been like a slogan people use, but I feel like now is the time to really implement it, you know?
Yeah. Very true. Very, very true. It makes sense.
This conversation could go on forever, because the amount of times I've had this corona quarantine lockdown conversation, and I've been active in it, I've tried to avoid it. It's like, you know what, I don't really want to talk too tough on it. Like, I just want to hear what everyone's saying. I feel like I've talked to myself out.
Yeah, because it's so repeated, because we've been dealing with it since, early March. It is almost long to talk about. Because there's nothing, our lives have now bended to this thing. So, it's interesting. It's an interesting time of the year. It's an interesting year as a whole, to be honest with you.
For sure.
But we're alive, so we give thanks, man.
This is it. What you got planned for the rest of the evening, bro?
Chill out, probably grab something to eat, play some more Xbox.
What are you eating?
Do you know what? That's a good question. I threw some stuff in the oven. You know, like when you buy like those ready meals, like the Tesco Finest stuff. Yeah, there was a reduced section day one day, and you know when the reduced section was banging, like, and you just start picking up. The only thing I'm checking for is to see if it's got pork in it. If it ain't got pork in it, bro, it's going in the basket, bro.
Yeah, it's lit. What, as in? Oh, yeah, nah. You know what? I don't even know what I'm eating, man.
Sorry?
I think I'm eating oxygen, man. I'm staying on this computer, bro.
What are you feeling for? If it was a runner, if it was like anything today, what is it?
I could do with a pizza or something, man. I ain't had a pizza in time.
Bless yourself then, fam.
I might have to, you know me though, man. I'm extra, man. I'll start making dough from scratch and moving mad.
Yes, you will, fam. But when that touches,
if that's not difficult, I might have to bang that,
I don't think, as long as you have the ingredients. But like the thing is with you, I don't think it doesn't really matter the difficulty.
No,
it just matters if you're on it, then that's it.
Yeah, you know.
Because you be thumping dough tonight if that's what it's on.
You know, I don't give up with anything. You know this.
Nope, never.
But for all the people listening, Calvin has helped me out so much in regards to this whole process, being Headless Flywear, being this new show, Flightline, because I was having some technical difficulties. But we are hopefully over that hurdle now. I don't even want to check.
But this is it, fam. This is it.
I don't even want to check, bro. This is actual endgame. But on that note, my friend, I'm gonna wrap it up because now I'm shook.
the pressure hit. It's starting to sink in.
Bro, if this fails again, I kid you not. Yeah, I tweeted this like about half an hour ago. I'm going to break something. Nah, serious things.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's fine. I feel it.
No,
I knew from the moment I heard it. No worries, my bro. Anytime.
But my friend, where can everyone find you? What's the social? What are you saying?
Instagram is Cali Got Pics, so CALLYGOTPIX.
Yep.
Outside that, I don't really do any other socials. But if you want to hit me up on Xbox, it's Cali Masters. Yeah, catch me on there, man.
Alright, lit. My friend,
bro.
Sayonara.
Pleasure.
Ciao.
Auf Wiedersehen, my friend.
Tschüss.
Guy.
In a bit, man. Safe.
But bless up, safe.
Peace.
Peace.